Hello, happy Monday. I am here to talk about the federal SBIR and STTR grants. There are many grants for entrepreneurs and small business owners that many of you all don't know about, have never heard of, but you're possibly missing out on these opportunities. So that's why I'm here today. You have seen many grant videos from me. So I do recommend that you go check those out. But this is another program, again, through the federal government that is for startups, early stage entrepreneurs, and small business owners. Welcome to She Boss Talk. I am Shantae Alrighty. If you're new here, welcome. Let us know who you are, where you're hailing from, what your business is. I see all of you all out here on a Monday. So glad that you're tuning in. Please do, as always, share this information because there are not a lot of people out here giving information to small business owners to help them grow their business, to be able to take advantage of all these opportunities that are available. So I will be sharing my screen as I go through. Please feel free to ask your questions. I'll be notating resources. I will also follow up after the program and drop links in the comments so that you know where you can go to start looking for these opportunities. Doing your research, doing your homework is so important, and reaching out to these agencies that I'm going to be talking about today. They're waiting for you to call them. They're there to help and support you through the process. Okay, so that's why I give you the information. It shouldn't just stop with this video, but you going to do more homework so you can get access to some of the funding that is available. Do show us some love. Hit that love button, like button, give it a thumbs up. Do subscribe if you haven't already. If you find our content very valuable for you and your business. One of the reasons that I'm doing this video is one of our tribe members, and shout out tribe members on YouTube and Facebook. One of our tribe members had actually he asked about this program. So I think he was challenged or maybe struggling to find out more information on the program or to get help with completing his application for this program. So I hope you're watching. I'll make sure that I tag you after the fact to make sure that you get this information. Okay. So what I said is that these grants are through the federal government. We know that the U.S. federal government, United States of America, the government is the largest procurer of goods and services. So I regularly tell you that because that is the truth. Okay. So they give out contracts and grants. They have, to my knowledge, one of the biggest grant programs for small business. That this is referred to as America Seed Fund. You can Google that, America Seed Fund. SBIR. SBIR is Small Business Innovation Research Grants. And then they have STTR, which is Small Business Technology Transfer Grants. The difference between the two is that the STTR requires contracts with the government lab. So these grants also encourage and promote collaboration. Okay, so these are research grants. So if you've ever heard of R&D, research and development, that's what these grants are. And these grants are for technology companies. So technology companies or those entrepreneurs or business owners creating technologies that provide solutions that the government may think that they may need or have a use for. And so if you think that that's one area, please don't be mistaken. It's just like I just mentioned, they're the largest procurer of goods and services. They purchase everything, right? Everything. You'll be surprised at what they purchase. And you will also be surprised at the needs that they have, the problems that they're trying to solve. They want you to help them, right? They want you. So they want your creativity, your new innovations, your inventions, right? Your ideas that can help them further their mission, which is what? To help help advance the cause of the United States, help make things better within the United States of America and also abroad. Okay. So anything that you can do. Now, I'm going to be going through different sites. You can go to SBIR.gov and get information, or STTR.gov information. Some of the grants that I'm talking about today, they have each agency. So I'm going to be talking about the agencies that give grant funding out for your research. So you want to make sure you're connecting with the right agency, right? For whatever technologies you are producing. Okay, so you may try one and that's not a good fit, but it may be a good fit for another agency within the U.S. government. So you know that each of the agencies that I'll be mentioning today, they each have their own website or portal for which they outline the program requirements, and you can see all of the information on funding for the grant programs that they offer. Okay, now this is for US based businesses. Okay, and small businesses, right? Small businesses are considered 500 employees or less. But did you know that this grant provides funding mostly to those that have 10 employees or less? 10 employees or less. And one of the primary goals of this program of these programs is to help help economically disadvantaged and women-owned businesses access to these funding opportunities. That's a big part of this program. Now I believe it was in 2020 that this is powered by the SBA, the Small Business Administration. Now, back in 2020, the SBA had launched a grant program so that they launched a grant program for, you could be a for-profit, nonprofit individual. They had set criteria where they were giving out grants for these organizations or companies to help small businesses like us to be able to get access to these programs, to help them through the application process. Okay, so I actually applied for the program with one of my nonprofit partners. We did not get it. It was a great experience, but there were those that did get it. So know that there is help and support for you to be able to apply for these programs. Now, one of the things that I say all of the time, which is a reason that many people don't get grants, is and I was listening to some of the trainers on this particular program, and they said the same thing. So I think it's appropriate to mention it earlier on in this video, is how important it is to read and follow instructions. Okay, so you just go back to any of my previous videos. Most likely I've spoken about this, and they say what happens is, in the majority of times, is that people are submitting applications, and I see this all the time, every day. They're submitting applications and they're not following the instructions. And so you're automatically taken out of the running. So if you can just get to the point where you can submit an application and you have followed 100% of the requirements of, or 100% of the instructions that they have provided to you, you are halfway there. You are halfway there. You are standing out. You're ahead of the ball here, because there are so many who do not follow instructions submitting application. And these grants are too big not for us not to follow instructions, because again, that tells them what the message it sends them is that you're not ready and you're not serious about this, because you didn't take it serious enough to follow the instructions. I'm telling you, I see this every single day, even with programs that we put out, that people do not follow instructions. So if you can do that, you're closer than you think you are, and getting access to this particular program and other programs as well. So I'm going to pull up a few of my screens here. I just want to see which one I want to go to first. Which one is going to give you the most information. So I think I'm going to go to this one first. Yes. So I'm going to go here so we can talk about a little bit about the program so you can understand what it's about. Let me share my screen. And like I said, the agencies that I will be talking about today is each of them have their own portals, but you can simply go to sbir.gov and start there and get information. Okay, so this is like one of them, right? So seed.nih.gov, and then it's taking you to small business funding and the SBIR STTR program. And I wanted to start here because I think it gives like the best, like, and simple form information and comparison of the program and what's required. Know that within this program, the federal government is giving like around $3 billion every single year through these two programs. I said not $3 million every year. I said $3 billion every year. And what makes this so special is that this is non-dilutive funding, meaning that you are not having to give up a piece of ownership in your business. You're not having to sell stock. You're not having to pay back a loan. And so many times for early stage funders, you can't, like, angel investors and venture capitalists don't want to invest at this early stage, right? On research and development. So, but this is exactly where the government wants to fund you. Okay. So if you haven't had any venture capitalists or angel investors willing or interested in investing, and you're at this early stage, then this is the program for you. Even if you have had them that's interested, this can possibly be a really good program for you to take advantage of. So they're, again, giving you some information. Don't worry about if you can't see all of the details. As long as you can understand what I'm saying, you should be good to go. Okay. But they're giving you more information here on the program, the seed fund, setting aside billions of dollars for this program specifically for small businesses. And early stage throughout the nation. That means nationwide. Is not just for any one particular state. So many leverage this type of funding to attract partners and investors that they need to take their innovation to the market. And that's what they want to fund, those that can be commercialized, taken to the market. So they focus on a variety of high impact technologies ranging from research tools, diagnostics. So this is like the health industry. So this is not all, but if you are in the health industry or fields or want to partner with someone that is, this may be a good program for you as well. But each agency will tell you what they will be helping with. Okay, what types of technologies, businesses, and the different areas of technology. So I'm going to scroll down here. I'll let you read on the benefits of that particular program. But if we go down, they're focusing on, you will see a certain percentage of your R&D budget. They talk about the different partnerships that you can have. Like I said, with the STTR, that's where you partner with government labs, and oftentimes you can partner with a university, a college or university. I know here in Ohio, Cleveland State University has an entire program dedicated to this. So they will help you. So they will provide assistance with you, not only applying, but be your partner with your technology while you're in the program. So I would encourage you too to just reach out to the colleges and universities where you live at in your state. Most likely, there's at least one that is participating in the program that you can partner up with and even learn more about it. Because I was on Cleveland State, which I'm an alumni of, their website, and they had a lot of information and guidance to help us get through not only the application but understand the entire program and how to navigate the program. So they have a line item on partnerships and work requirements. So these grants have a phase one, and I'll talk about the funding in just a second. But there's phase one research, and then there's phase two. It doesn't matter which agency you want to work getting the grant through or working with. Each of them have a phase one and a phase two. Each of them come with a certain amount of funding, And if you're working, they have certain work requirements as well, different percentages, as you can see here for this particular agency, and a primary or principal investigator who oversees the development through while you're in the program. And so there, one that is assigned in the business has to have 50%, 51% ownership in the company. So if I scroll down here, you see it says small business phases. So phase one is the award that helps you focus on feasibility, technical merit, and commercial potential for your research project. Okay. Phase two award lets you continue your research development efforts initiated in phase one. Okay, so you don't just start with phase one, you do phase one, you move into phase two. So once you receive your phase one milestones, you can apply them for the phase two award. Even before the end of phase two award, you may submit an application for phase two award up to 6 receipts date after phase one budget period expires. Okay, then there's a fast tracking approach. I love fast tracking. Okay, so fast tracking the process allows you to submit both phase one and two in one application review. That's what I'm doing like with my certifications. Okay, the fast track mechanism can minimize the funding gap between phases, but requires a fully developed phase two application and plan at the time of submission. So if you want to fast track it and you have your phase one plan, your phase two plan, you already know the approach you're going to take in phase one, the approach you want to take in phase two, and then you submit it all at one time to have it fast tracked. So again, you don't have to do that, but that may be a good approach. Again, if you want to keep the research moving and not experience any gaps in the process, especially with the funding, that may be a great approach for you. Direct to phase two, SBIR only. So there are some caveats that are specific to SBIR program and some that are specific to STTR. I'm going to focus on the simplest things, the basics during this live video, and then you can take it, do your research, your homework, and really connect with these agencies to get more information. So if your project is already demonstrated feasibility but has not received phase one funding for either of these programs, you can apply for the direct to phase two award to bypass phase one. So feasibility means that you have already done a study that they have already found that is viable and has a great potential for success. How many of you all know about feasibility studies? That have you done a feasibility study for your own business? These are great, highly recommended for your business. Really to know that you have a viable product or viable service to take to market. Now there's a phase 2B. So they're saying, like, for this institution, again, there's certain caveats, but in the NIH institutes and the centers, they offer phase 2B awards for phase two projects that require extraordinary time and effort beyond the phase two period of 2 years. Okay, so they're giving you reference guides for that as well. And then commercialization readiness pilot program provides awarded phase 2 and phase 2B small businesses technical assistance and funding for late stage development. So it doesn't just end in early stage development of your research project. Now I'm going to scroll down here because I talked about like the timelines. So I'm going to give you the averages because with these programs, depending on the agencies that you're working with, the SBA has authorized waivers in which you can get above the standard amounts. But this is just to give you like an example of the type of funding, again, that you can expect in the different phases. So phase one, you can expect to receive between 100,000 and 275,000 between a 6 month and a 2 year period. So just think about your project, and if you mapped out your plan, is it going to take you 6 months? Is it going to take you 1 year for this phase? Is it going to take up to 2 years? You have up to 2 years for this particular phase. And then phase 2, right, you can get like really up to $2 million, right? So up to $2 million for your projects. You may be able to get a little bit more, just depending. And you can look below to see how you can get approved for a waiver eligibility. Okay, so they give you all of that information here on this particular website as well. Now, this is for those that are in the health industries, but this is not the only industry. But it just gives you an example of what you can expect and what the breakdowns will be. No matter which agency that you are dealing with. So I'm going to share the SBIR site. So this will be helpful. SBIR.gov. Okay, so we should see SBIR.gov here on the screen. Let me go here. Let me make sure it's the right screen that you're seeing here. Da, 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 da. All right, so this is one. I'm gonna go to another one too, but this is the SBIR. You see here, STTR, America's Seed Funding Partner by the SBA, and it's saying here, you have an idea, you need to finance it. You're likely here because you're working on a particular technology, it has a specific area or idea, and are looking for funding to advance it. So 2 key steps to funding through these programs that identify a participating agency or agencies interested in your topic area, and then applies for a specific solicitation, right? And so it's giving you more information on here on finding the right topic. You can also see past awards. So for any type of government grant, you can see previous awards. That can really help you in your process, so you know what has been funded, what types of projects that have been funded, what amounts, what they've been working on. That can really help you before in your research before you go to apply. And then it's telling you how to apply for the specific solicitation here, and utilizing technical and business assistance centers on this particular page. Now I'm going to go off of here, and I'm going to try to find the other one, because it's going to lead you to where you can find assistance for these programs. Here we go. Okay, so you should see my screen again. Okay, so at the top, you should see, if I scroll up here again, you see SBA at the top. We're still on these programs here, and it has a tutorial here in this this section here, this little banner, and it's talking about the Startup Expo. You might want to consider that. I'll go over some of the key events that's coming up as well. It's so important to attend these key events because you can connect with so many people and learn so much about the different programs that are being offered that you can take advantage of. But I wanted to just scroll down here. So you're seeing here saying entrepreneur, learn how to apply, confirm eligibility, register your company, edit company information, contact an SBIR agency. You can see support organizations where you can see awards in your area, view training opportunities, you can submit an event, and then it has the federal agency over here. But here you want to scroll down to see what the opportunities are. You can simply find your local assistance for this program. So don't try to do the application on your own. There are agencies that are well versed in this. I said that there are already existing agencies and more companies and organizations that actually receive grant money to help support you in applying for this program and helping to see you through, right? So that you get results as you go through this program. So if you want to know how to connect in your local area, who to connect with, you just put your state here. So it says the SBA works with local partners to train and support potential SBIR and STTR applicants around the country. So check now to find help you need and for proposal assistance to SAM registration. So like we're in Ohio, so I would just click Ohio here. Okay. And you see, once I clicked Ohio, it's now pulling up a screen with the map. Right, all throughout Ohio, and it's saying local resource types here on the left. So you can see different local resources that I can apply here. And it's telling me the different agencies that are available in my area, right? And so two that I wanted to highlight for today, because they're not specific to Ohio, you will have, they should come up in your region as well. But this is the PTAC. So these are the Procurement Technical Assistance Centers. So we have them, and there's multiple PTAC centers in your local area. So there's not just one in your state. You should have multiple centers. They also help with federal contracting. Okay. And they will review your proposals and things like that. So they can provide assistance to you as well. We see here, like Cleveland Clinic is our hospital here, which is a world renowned. It's at, I think, the top 5 hospitals around the country. They have innovations for Cleveland Clinic where they support as well. They have the SBDC, which I've mentioned several times, is a fantastic resource for small business. It is the Small Business Development Centers. Everyone has them in your area. Just look them up in your state, or simply go to sba.gov and you can search your local SBDC there. They actually have a link to them. You just put in your state, and it will tell you where every single small business development center is. But you can see that they have one in a university, which is Kent State is listed here. But I know that we have one at Cleveland State as well. And so this is important. We have a lot of small business development centers, but it would tell you which ones specifically are working with these programs. So maybe not every small business center is designated or has the expertise there to help. So my recommendation would be to stick with what's on the list. First, go there, and then if they have one like closer to you that you may be able to work with, they can properly advise you from there. But a lot of this can be done virtually, especially since COVID. I know prior to COVID, when I was working with PTAC, we had set up calls. So I only ever went in initially one time to the actual PTAC center. So again, the resources are here. You just go there, and then let that be the first step in your journey to getting involved with and applying for these programs. So again, that's it, how to find the local assistance for this grant program. Let me see here. There was one other, did I go all the way down to see? There was one other part that I wanted to share with you all, but I don't seem to be able to find it. But I'm going to talk about the local agencies. I think this might be it. And then I'm going to talk about where you can, what the applications are, how you can see if they're open or not. So let me go back to my screen. So let me talk about the agencies really quickly that support, that are giving out grants under these programs. So for the SBIR program, you're looking at the USDA, DHS, the Department of Commerce, the Department of Transportation, EPA, which is the Environmental Protection Agency, and the Department of Education. That's for the SBIR program. Now, for the STTR program, you're looking at DOD, which is the Department of Defense. A lot of people are familiar with the Department of Defense, and also military, like the Army and other arms within under the DOD. The Department of Energy, HHS, the Department of Health and Human Services, NASA. I know a lot of people, and NASA has its own special programs, even outside of this. And then NSF, which is the National Science Foundation. So it's important to know which agency support which programs, okay, and what your topic of research, where is covered under, which program is covered under, or which agency would tell you which program you would be most qualified for. Let me just make sure I didn't forget anything that I wanted to cover. Okay, so this is one of the last things, is that I wanted to share the application, because again, you're talking about $3 billion every year, not just one time, every year. And so I said to go to the SBIR.gov. You go there, and if you go there, go to SBIR.gov/solicitations/open. You will be able to see what you see on my screen, right? You see all the color coding? All right. Don't worry about if you can't see all the information. I'm not expecting you to see it. I will be dropping this link in the comments. Okay. But this is where you want to go, because it will actually tell you, give you information where you can filter out the open solicitations, future solicitations, and close. So you know when the grants are open and when you can apply. Okay. And so that's why you see the color coded. So like at the top, one of the first ones is SBIR e-learning for hazmat and emergency response. And it's telling us the agency, which is DHHS, right? The Health and Human Services. And it's telling us what program they support, which I just mentioned is SBIR. So you don't even have to guess. It's telling you the agency, and it's telling you the program, it's telling you the release date. So for this particular one, the release date was April 26th of 2022. The open date was 6/20/2022, which is June, right? And the due date is July 20th of 2022, and the close date is July 21st of 2022. That's why it's in red. So pay attention to red. Anytime something's in red, is usually telling you it's the deadline, it's the end date. So you want to work backwards from that date to make sure that you're getting everything in to meet that particular deadline, if you want to make it by that particular deadline, right? So like if you're just starting, if you already have your stuff together and you're like, okay, I want to go for it, go for it. But if this is just new to you, then you need to start with the research, making sure you're connecting with the assistance centers, so that you can start getting the help you need, so they can help you put together your application and submit it. That's the best thing to do. So maybe you don't get in on this round, you get on the next round. Okay. So then one of the next ones, it says SBIR Phase 2. Right. So this says it's Phase 2 awards to accelerate development of cancer relative technologies. And so this is again under HHS, and it is under the SBIR program. If we go down, we see a small business transition grant for early career scientists. This is also under HHS, but this is under the STTR program. Okay. So again, they will help you decide, based on your topic, where you would fit what different programs. Okay. But this is one that's open. We have one from EPA, which is a Phase 1 solicitation. So it's just good to go in and click and navigate and look and see what's going on, because I'm sure if this is new to you, it's foreign to you, you've never heard of it before. But again, this is the introduction. Like I always say, once you're introduced to something, it opens up your awareness to what programs are available, right? And this is huge. These are the largest grant programs that is offered in the U.S. by anyone, and the federal government is the largest grantor. Okay, and so we scroll down. So there's a lot from HHS, a lot here. I can see that there's both SBIR, STTR Phase 1 for NSF, and SBIR Phase 2 for the same. We see DOD is on here. So there's a lot. So the list is long. So again, I would encourage you You can go here, but this is where you can find the solicitations, and then you can filter out, right? So once the close date hits, then it goes over to the column. If you don't want to scroll down this list, then just go to the agency where you think that your technologies fit in, right? We see Department of Interior, Department of Transportation, Department of Homeland Security, Health and Human Services, Environmental Protection. You even have the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, National Science Foundation, all of these different departments that the U.S. government has. What does that mean for you? That there are so many opportunities for you and your small businesses. So many opportunities. I mean, not just this program, but contracts and other grants through all of these different agencies: energy, defense, commerce, education, agriculture. And I say this because basically every single department on here, I know an entrepreneur, small business that has their products or services are based in these industries, right? So don't think it's not. I would do research to see if it is, or even if you haven't started yet, maybe there's something you just been thinking of. You have a concept or an idea. People bring those to me all the time, that there's something I'm working on, I need help with. Where do I go? This is really, really good technology. And here you go. This is where you go to see which department it will fit in, so you can get this funding for your business. But again, these are the solicitation listing with open, future, and closed dates that you can expect to find here. Okay, so I see all your comments out here. These are not the only grants. If you go to our YouTube channel, if you go to our Facebook page, just click on our videos. We have so many grant programs we've talked about, so many federal programs that have launched. So my plan is we actually just had a special live, the grant writer 411, with our expert. Her name is Tracy V. Allen, in our membership group, our Sbir Tribe, which is a paid membership group. It's like $19.99 a month. We waste $19, $20 in a day. Okay, so she came in and really broke it down, where people really got breakthroughs and can understand the grant process, and when to hire a grant writer, and how to prepare for submitting grant proposals. I mean, you're talking about these large proposals from the federal government. You really have to have your business and organization prepared. And what a lot of the business owners and nonprofits found is that they're not. And I'm glad that they realized they weren't, because they didn't just say they're not ready. They said, wow, I didn't even know. Like, I'm not ready, but I'm going to start today getting these things ready, because the opportunities are there, and we have to have our businesses and organizations ready, right, in order to take advantage of these opportunities. So many people got breakthrough. So that video is in the tribe. So I encourage you, if you really want to grow your business, get involved with one of our membership programs that are available. But she broke it down, and she is also well versed in these programs that I'm talking about today, the federal SBIR and TTR programs, and she does workshops. So I was talking with her after we finished up the live the other day, and want to work with her to see if we can host a workshop to even give you all more information and assistance on with this particular program. Another video I'm going to be doing too, and she's also well versed in this, so I may bring her back on for that, is the STEP grant program that most of you all aren't aware of. So there are so many grant programs that are available for small businesses, including startups. So this is just one of them. I mentioned the HUD grant program that came out. I mentioned the state small business credit initiative that's rolling out. Please go back to those videos. Take your time. They're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So you can watch them anytime, whether you're an early morning person, late night person. It doesn't matter what shift that you're working. If you really want to, if you're working a 9 to 5 and you're working a business on the side, or you want to start a business, you want to transfer out of corporate America, or you want to scale, you want to pivot your business, or whatever it is, the programs are out here for you to all to take advantage of. And there's billions upon billions upon billions of dollars, and there's more money coming. And I'm just talking about at the federal level. Okay? We're not even talking about the state, the county, the city, international grants that exist. And the federal government even provides grants for international work to help in other countries. I mean, so for more information on that, I would highly recommend you go visit grants.gov. And one of the things, if you want to participate in any federal contract or grant program, you need to make sure you're set up in the sam.gov system. That's the federal government's systems for awards management. That is what SAM stands for. So both of my companies have been registered, right? Even my newest company, we're like 2 years old at this point, and we're registered there. So take advantage of these opportunities that are available for your business. Startups. I would say don't think of yourself as a little business. I mean, some of you are calling yourselves a little business, and other people call you a little business. You're a business. And that's serious stuff to be a business. And you are being a business owner is a powerful thing. And the US government and other governments know that. And that's why they have programs to support small businesses, because we are the backbone of the US and around the world, really. The 1% that's making like billions of dollars at the top, right? On the top, right? Fortune list, right? They are not the main businesses that run the world. It is the small businesses that do it. And they believe in you. They believe in your ideas. They believe in your ability to innovate and create new solutions to solve the world's problems, right? And so that's what they want. That's what they're looking for. So I would encourage you all to get connected, get plugged in, not just to Chief Boss Talk, but where you live in your local communities, to see the work that they're doing, because they have money and they give it out all the time to small businesses and organizations. And for the work that you all are doing, that you tell me that you're doing, the money is there. And if the money wasn't there, the monies are always there. They're always getting money. There's always getting money, and more now since COVID, right? They're all getting money. They all release it at different times. They've all developed their 2020, not 2020, but 2023 plans. You need to know what's in those plans, right? And where they're allocating dollars in your local community. Because those dollars go to businesses and organizations like yours to actually do the work that needs to be done to enhance the communities, to implement the projects that need to be done to enhance the communities that you lived in. I don't care what it is, right? So make sure that you're getting connected. Go to the city council meetings, the mayor's meetings, the town halls that are there. Get connected to your local business leaders. Call them. Get involved with your local chamber or other business associations, women's business centers, veterans, Hispanic. I don't care what you are, what your business is. There's a center that is there to cater to you and help to support you in your small business journey. So don't take those lightly. So, I mean, we really shouldn't be saying that there's no help out there. I don't even like hearing that, because what that tells me is that you just not connected to the right places. And I don't know how active of a search you're doing, because if you have not connected with your state leadership, anybody in the office, or your county or your city, then you haven't done enough. If you haven't connected with the chamber, if you haven't connected with your women's business center, or if you haven't contacted SCORE to see if you can be assigned a mentor, you haven't done enough, because there's no way you can say there's no help, because there is. And we share it all the time. And you don't even have to have money. Okay. So a lot of these programs are being offered for free to help you advance your business. You have to be proactive and go ask. I remember I was very proactive because I wanted to connect with SCORE. I wanted to be a mentor. And I remember that one of my peers that's heavily active as a mentor in SCORE, she's heavily active in the community, period. She's a great small business advocate. And I told her, I said, I'm trying to get in, but I'm having a bit of challenge. And her connection, she was connected. She connected me to a gentleman within the gentleman over recruiting new mentors and subject matter experts. She connected me to him, and we were on the call the next day. And then I was on my way that day to getting, authorized to be going through all the requirements and training and all that to become a SCORE mentor, a trainer, and subject matter expert. So, I encourage you all, if you have expertise and you want to volunteer to become a SCORE mentor, and if you need the help, get that mentorship that's there and available. There's no cost to you to get a mentor through the SCORE organization. Okay. So again, lack of money or budget is no excuse not to get the help, because I just listed off a slew of agencies that are here to help and support you. Okay. So I hope this has been helpful for you. Just going to take a look at the comments. I see you all, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for supporting other small businesses and entrepreneurs. Don't forget to tag them or share this video with them. Because I know my business, we want to do more research and development. One thing I want to mention here too is I did last year, I believe it was last year or earlier this year, a video specifically on tax credits as well. There's many tax credits in addition to grants, tax credits that are available for small businesses. And I think I listed off at least 10 or 12. And one is an R&D, research and development tax credit, right? So go to that video and watch it, because I know you all are leaving money on the table and you're not taking advantage of these reimbursements, but that a lot of times you take advantage of by you're filing specific tax forms to do it. So that means whoever's doing your taxes and your accountants, they need to know about these programs and be advising you on the ability to take advantage of these programs, right? So if you are doing the research, or if you are really doing great work and impacting, there are so many, again, opportunities. We don't want to leave money on the table. So every time you're not taking advantage of tax deductions and reimbursements, tax credits, and grants and loans and lines of credit, all of these things, you are leaving money on the table. And we're just not leaving any more money on the table in 2022. There's so much to get accomplished. We're already mid-year, heading towards the end of the year. So we can have an amazing finish, secure some major funding for our businesses to take it to the next level and to be able to accomplish the missions that we have set out for ourselves and our businesses. So if you need continued support, we're here at She Boss Talk. Feel free to reach out to us, book a consult call. If you want mentorship, join our membership communities, because we are really working together to build wealth, to succeed, to go after these big contracts and grants. The way we do it is together. Nobody succeeds on their own. Know that you need a community, you need a tribe to be able to do it with. And we're helping to prepare you and ourselves to make sure that we're ready to go after these opportunities, right? So don't think small businesses not doing big things, because I'm here to let you know small businesses are making a lot of money. They're building wealth. They're buying up blocks. They're going after the big contracts and grants. And that's what we want for all of you all. So if you're not doing it yet, let's get ready. Let's get ready and get on the field. Let's leave the sidelines, get in the field, and let's start doing the work and making it happen. As always, continue to be the boss with amplified impact. Stay safe and in good health, and I'll see you later. Bye.